Okay, so far, I mean, she's getting a good reception from the audience for her responses.
I thought the use of force thing on the international affairs was really weak. And even though she won't just come out and say, I'm going to paint Donald Trump as someone who's going to get all of your children killed in World War III,
Yeah.
saying my strategy against Donald Trump is to use what other world leaders think of me fucking will not work in America. It's a xenophobic country.
Yeah.
I mean, not completely, but to a large extent.
His supporters.
Yeah, and by coming out and saying, oh, the French prime minister loves me, I just lost votes.
Yeah.
If you have to rely on foreign leaders to get elected, you're not going to get elected.
Yeah. Well, at least she didn't say, hey, Henry Kissinger's all up in my business tonight.
Yeah.
So she didn't say that.
Yeah. She didn't, but what the country, when she says we're going to get broad coalitions of other countries, what I hear is we're going to get a bunch of people who aren't enthusiastic, don't share our goals, and don't really want to do it. And we don't really want to do it either, but we're just going to all push each other into doing it. It's our foreign policy makes no sense.
Well, I also have made this point before. Most of the things that our presidents want to do with foreign policy is bad. Everything they've wanted to do lately certainly have been bad.
To me, I would have to say that I think we've wondered how far towards Sanders she's willing to be sucked, you know, based on his success. And we've seen today that there are some lines that she is not willing to cross. There's some issues she's not willing to flip on her stance on.
Death penalty?
So death penalty, which again, I mean, so people are sending me polls showing 61% of the country is in support of it. And I totally buy that. I would argue one of the reasons the country doesn't move as fast on certain issues is if they keep hearing politicians on both sides, well, we can be libs on a lot of crimes, but when it comes to terrorism, the ones that really matter, we have to have capital punishment. That tells everybody that it's necessary without making the case for why it's necessary. She never said why you have to kill the terrorist. You can't just lock him up for the rest of his life. She didn't actually say that, but it tells them that. And then on fracking, she says we can't end it. The president can't unilaterally end it, which might very well be true, although I think she means more instantly. It could be a drawn-out thing that she could engage in an ongoing conflict with. But she didn't even say that it needs to stop. She says it might be linked to certain things. I'd like to regulate it. And so on a number of these issues, her progressive base is just going to have to be willing to accept that she's not as progressive as them on certain issues.
She's completely out of step with the modern day Democratic Party. The modern day Democratic Party, much more progressive than she is. She's running a campaign. She's still running the campaign she ran in 2008, which also lost. She's still trying to do the same thing. And the people are much more radicalized now. The only reason why you don't hear more protests, why the Occupy Wall Street thing finally did end, is because we have a Democrat sitting in the White House, which splits the natural opposition to the bullshit corporate policies that the neoliberals are pushing. So if there was a Republican in office, there would still be an Occupy Wall Street, or shit would have happened.